Please show me in. I have tragic news for Lord Lawton.
Did his favourite nag break a leg?
A colleague of his named Pratt has been found murdered.
Young Master Thomas. I am sorry. He was a nice boy, troubled but kind. In the old Lord's day, he was often here. Haven't seen him in years. No, my lord, I will not. Do you require constant supervision, Mr. Holmes?
Sorry, just curious.
Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, my lord.
My position requires further reflection. Billiards is fascinating, don't you think? I'm sorry to inform you that your friend Thomas Pratt has been found dead.
Really? How unlucky. We were at Cambridge together, but I barely knew him. You might as well offer your condolences to the ministry char. How did he die? Heart failure?
Yes, it stopped. After he was shot. Twice. In the face.
Pity. He had such a beautiful face.
And a rose tattoo on his backside.
I'm sure I don't know, though I'm not surprised you do. Your type specializes in the nether regions.
Your colleague should know of Pratt's condition and other developments. Where might I find Sir Avery Fanshawe?
He took Brumwell's old pile in Chelsea. Wife is infatuated with redecorating. He'll be riveted by the news, if you can wake him.
And Philip Bledsoe?
Haven't a clue. Heard the unsociable lout has chambers in Gray's Inn.
How about the clerk, Eldridge Whitney? Do you know anything of his whereabouts away from work?
The pathetic sod keeps a cot at the ministry, uses a public bath as his dressing room.
What do you think is the connection between Pratt's murder and the formula's disappearance?
There is no connection whatsoever.
I must now decide whether you are remarkably unimaginative or a liar. Perhaps both.
I don't have to tolerate insults in my own home.
I'm sorry, tact has deserted me. There is no doubt that Pratt's execution and the theft of the formula are related, Lord Lawton. If Pratt was not the thief, he knew who was.
So you say. The problem is, no one, your brother included, has conclusively proved that the formula was stolen.
What a surprise. The body charged with making that determination cancelled its inquiry almost as soon as it began. I ask again why the investigation was terminated.
There is no need to make mountains from molehills. Bring the ministry into disrepute every time some papers are mislaid. Go there yourself. You have my permission. You'll see what sort of place it is. Despite your brother's efforts, it's not terribly well ordered.
You expect the formula to turn up, then?
I think it probable. Well, it's a definite possibility at the very least. A clerk may have misplaced it, or the char, or one of the members. Stop grilling me and go bother them, or better, return to your own affairs.
Just so you know, Lawton, the discovery of the formula would not complete this investigation. We are far beyond the resolution of a simple theft. You neglect this fact at your peril.
If you want someone to bully, bother Fanshawe. Or Silverbridge, he initiated the call for termination. Rake him over the coals. I have nothing more to say.
Your employer was less than forthcoming about Mr. Pratt, Jenkins. I wonder if I might have a private word.
Possibly. Highly irregular, probably disloyal, but possibly. I liked that boy.
I'll tell you of Mr. Pratt's demise. In return, you could answer some questions and let me look about.
Lord Lawton will be out with Lady Lockridge later.
Fine. I'll return.
I'll trade for information about Master Pratt, but there's a higher cost for telling tales out of school and giving you the run of the house. You play a decent game of billiards?
I have a passable game. I'm not really...
I'm a devotee, but one can always improve. If you can teach me a lesson, we could have a chinwag afterward. If you can't, I'm mum. That's the deal, agreed?
You seem quite sure of the outcome?
As sure as the Lord Chief Justice wears a wig. Be in the limelight with the lads at the academy when I tell him I had you over a barrel here.
Hello, Jock. Remember me? Not likely to forget a world-famous snoop, am I? I need a favour. Bad luck. I'm fresh out. I assume you're still cock of the walk here. Would you like a game? Like you could give me one? No chance. I don't mess with amateurs. I'd pay for the privilege. Me? In your employ? Not bloody likely. I'm not good enough for you to play, and you won't help me get better. Not terribly sporting. Stuff sporting. You had your way with me last time you was here. Never again. That's unfair, Jock. I caused you no real harm, and your information helped apprehend a vicious murderer. End justifies the means, does it? You forced me to grass on a friend. Not a promising beginning, Watson. Jock won't even speak to me.
The right to silence is a cornerstone of democracy. In this investigation, we've had a cold shoulder from all segments of society.
Very annoying. I could do without the political lesson. Not much by way of conversation around here, is there?
All a man could want. A surface even. best friends I ever had. Salt of the earth, better than my nanny, better than my old hound.
You know Mr. Mahoney, then?
Who? Sounds an Irish name. I wouldn't know him. Not my sort.
A large brandy, please.
With pleasure, sir. That'll be a shilling.
Why is Mr. Mahoney in such a foul mood?
I deal drinks and darts, sir. Information concerning my customers cannot be purchased at any price.
Attractive redecoration, but you've lost some of your humbler custom.
We continue to receive gentlemen of leisure and refinement who take pleasure in the joys of intelligent conversation and a game of skill.
Sounds like a magazine advert.
It is.
Do you prefer billiards or snooker? Makes no difference. I prefer drinking at my local and a game of darts. But a bloke's got to earn his daily bread, or beer, as the case may be. Your marital affairs appear to have altered precipitously. What happened? My marriage is up the spout. I'll leave off before I stow this cue in your gullet. The aphorism claims that skill at billiards is a sign of youth misspent. Do you credit it?
No more than any other decrepit clichés. A good man who can handle a cue is no less admirable for that fact. Quite the reverse.
The Academy seems to have travelled a bit upmarket, has it not?
Miraculous change. Quite snug in this incarnation. Shame they couldn't eliminate the smell.
That would have required a miracle of quite another magnitude. I feel like Sisyphus. Just when I think I'm getting somewhere, I roll back to the beginning.
It's unlike you to leave unfinished what you've started. Put your nose to the wheel.
Very colloquial, Watson. What do you recommend?
Keep at it, man. Keep working him.
Is that encouragement, exhortation, or a command?
Whatever suits.
The Metropolitan Police deal harshly with violation of the Temperance Act.
Which is supposed to mean what?
You're serving spirits to an inebriated person.
What was it you wanted?
Some civility for starters. Has Mahoney lost his wife?
In a way, she sailed off to America with the whole O'Shea clan.
I'm sorry for his loss, but I need Mahoney's help. What can you suggest?
He's a hard man. Threats don't move him, and he doesn't care for money. Lost his appetite for pleasure. Doesn't even enjoy busting up a room or breaking a few arms like he did. Competition is all that keeps him alive. And beer, of course.
May I have the darts, please?
Will you be playing a serious game, sir?
You'll be the first to know.
No need to get shirty, I just work here.
Might I stand you to a glass of stout? I only drink with friends. Like all good things in life, they appear to be in short supply. What's your point? Perhaps we could become numbered among those happy few. You could try. What about a game of darts, Jock? Now, why would I want to do that? The thrill of competition, the excitement of a bout. You could choose the game. And what's in it for you? The pleasure of your company, and a morsel or two of information if I win. You'll have to settle for me company. I toss a brilliant dart. Have to take my chances, won't I? How about a game of 501? Make it easy on yourself, Mr. Holmes. It's all the same to me. What's your strongest game? 501 it is. Choose your weapons. Care for another match, Jock? Amuse yourself, Mr. Holmes. Ask whatever you like. I believe you know Alfred Jenkins, Lord Lawton's man. Can he give you a run? At billiards? Alfie? In his dreams. It's very important that I impress him at the table, Jock. Could I give him a game? I didn't say he was rank. Alfie's got a good eye. Better stroke than most. But he's limited. No strategy. Sees nothing but the shot he's got. And you? I'm thinking 3 or 4 shots ahead. He thinks I'm lucky, but I know where the cue ball is going. I tumbled to assist him. The diamond system? Exactly. I've been keeping mum. But lots of the lads have figured it out. Poor Alfie can't suss it. Will you show it to me? Will you show it to him? Probably. But can he master it on one viewing? And if he does, I suspect it would not put a player of your skill at a disadvantage. You're right, and a deal's a deal. Here's how it works. You just need a little knowledge and the proper tools. There you have it. That's the principle anyway. I see it. Most ingenious, Jock. Truly amazing. Any special tips for me, Jock? I hope I'm not doing the dirty on poor Alfie, Mr. Holmes. You having more advantages than most. But he's crazy to learn the diamond system. He'll open like an oyster to the man who shows it to him. Thank you, Jock. Hope I can return the favour one day. Are you ready for our chat, Jenkins?
If you're ready to play, Mr. Holmes, let's not dally.
I was just admiring the room.
A faint reflection of its former greatness. Only a few nice objects remain.
May we get started, Jenkins? Cut to the chase, as they say.
You're that anxious to have your clock cleaned, Mr. Holmes?
Not really. I told you what I knew of Mr. Pratt's death.
That got you in the door.
I'm just eager for more of your conversation.
Be eager then, even ardent. But you'd better play well if you want more time here.
We won't waste time with a match, Jenkins. I possess something you want.
I'm sure, but this is not about knowledge, money, or a nimble tongue. This is about billiards. Can you play?
I know the diamond system. I'll show you how it works. My price is fair dealing and plain conversation. And a look around the house.
Done. You are approaching divinity. I accept your terms. Show me now, please.
So, Jenkins, I assume I've met your standard of performance?
Very impressive, Mr. Holmes. I don't know where you learned it. They say even a blind pig finds an acorn from time to time. Well, do your worst. I'm no welcher. Ask what you will, look at what you want. For the moment you've got the run of the place.
Are these all of Lawton's photographs?
That's the lot. His lordship's not a sentimental man. Keeps only a few mementos and souvenirs and rarely looks at those.
The photo from the inside of the back cover is missing, Jenkins. Do you recall it?
Invading Lord Lawton's privacy is not among my duties.
You never saw the photograph while you were cleaning? Or perhaps he showed it at a gathering?
I may have seen it once, by chance. It was the portrait of a handsome female person. He has many of those. But this was different. I believe I've seen the lady, but I can't recall where, I'm sorry.
Seen her where? In the house?
No, never. It's a guess, but it may have been in the newspaper.
When was the piano last tuned?
Someone came from the studio just the other day.
Did you watch him work?
Of course not. I heard him from the billiard room, but I don't think he left the piano except to let himself out. Couldn't have been here more than 30 minutes.
Did he leave an invoice?
Now that you mention it, he didn't leave anything.
Then I'd bet the manor that he took something away. Has anything gone mysteriously missing?
Not that I've noticed.
Is Lord Lawton a music aficionado?
Very devoted to euterpe and terpsichore. Music's the only thing we have money for nowadays. Cylinders, scores, stands, new felt piano tuning and the like.
Who accompanies Lord Lawton when he plays?
Of late it's Lady Lockridge. And a company puts too good a face on it. Caterwall is closer to the mark. Sometimes I have to leave the house for the cacophony.
What is Lady Lockridge to Lord Lawton?
Lady Cordelia Lockridge is, as she always says, his affianced.
The late Lord Cecil's daughter? Lives on Wilton Crescent in Belgravia?
The same, and her disagreeable pedigree is unmistakable. A simple sighting or sound from her mouth bellows her genealogy.
These selections may be too difficult for Lady Cordelia. I know from experience that Paganini is formidable.
Mary Had a Little Lamb exhausts the woman's skill. She has no ear nor rhythm, but don't tell her. She chose the pieces, and now mastery is a matter of pride. She's that stubborn.
Do they practice?
Constantly. Between arguments, they've had hard words over her interpretations. She's getting desperate, and in the end that's bad for him.
Lord Lawton has made false or evasive responses to my inquiries. Why?
Does he owe you money?
No. His prevarications may have dangerous consequences for you and every British subject.
This is how I see it, Mr. Holmes. He disguises the truth from himself as often as from others. Bad investments and gambling have exhausted his patrimony. To avoid bankruptcy, he's made a dreadful marriage agreement with a blue-nosed prig. He can't afford to lose this grotesque prospect. So concealment is the emblem of his life, and he has much to hide. Dubious friends, disgusting habits, dismal relationships, the gamut of youthful indiscretion and aimless turpitude.
So he may have a guilty secret. Or having no secret, he may have lied by habit. Or lacking the real article, he may think that the truth can be converted into money at a later date.
Exactly. Not much help, but true.
Lady Fanshawe, I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Was I expecting you? Where's that butler? Are you the workman I ordered? I have some fascinating ideas for this foyer.